name is Jonathan Scaffers. Started off spinning at the age of 17 at our local place called Pavilion. And yeah, that is where my passion grew for spinning 27 years ago. I started off at Pavilion with a Datsun Stanza, this ugly duck with the L2018. That's actually where my passion grew for spinning and the love for Nissans. I can't get my head and my around anything else. There's literally a war within my family. My daughter is passionate about spinning. She wants to drive a BM, and I said, then I'll just own her. So yeah, from Pavilion, our normal hotspots used to be Braidman Waterfront, which was on where the Menandi is, and from Menandi we used to go to Kraaifontein. From Kraaifontein we used to go to Atlantis. From Atlantis we used to go to the Bos. From the Bos we used to go to the Hills, and that is where we are today. So my role in spinning now is to see that the youngsters is getting the opportunities, that the elders can provide, and for them to continue with the legacy. We do not want the youngsters to go through the same stuff that we've been through, doing it on the streets, etc. We form an organization called SPIN, Supporting People in Need, where we're educating the youngsters to make sure that they understand the safety aspects to it, and make sure that they can practice this thing in a controlled environment. So that is where my role is, to make sure that each and every youngsters get a fair opportunity for them to take this thing to the next step. I'm taking more of a backseat to put all my resources and knowledge into him to make him excel, but also keeping him on his toes, because ek trek nou my skoene aan, I build it, but he needs to maintain it. And if he doesn't maintain it, ek like scrap. Ek sny het nou op.
My name is Scaffers. I drive a Nissan Skyline, powered with a VQ25 turbocharged currently. I've been spinning since the age of 16 years old, and I'm pretty much about 5 years that I'm been spinning now. My first car I learned in was also Skyline. That one had it first had VK 35, 45, and then it had VQ 35 afterwards. But that's the car I developed mostly on spinning. I did practice sessions in that car, I did everything, yeah, in that specific Skyline. My love for Skyline definitely came from my father, because at first we were on Killarney, there's one event, it was a main event. Then my father told me this day that he's been racing Then I looked at him strange because I never saw him like this before in my life. And then he told me he's gonna build us a car. He built us a slaan front, which was powered by a 1J, and then the second build was a Skyline with a 2J in. And that was a car I fell in love with, and ever since that time I was Skyline mad forever. I couldn't get my head around any other car, it was just Skyline. Yeah, so my spinning is basically more into of both worlds for me, because freestyle anybody can do that. But the competitive side is the side which I'm basically trying to improve more on. Like I'm working on myself more competitive, because anybody can just do freestyle and go crazy. But the more competitive side, like going close to the cones, doing wall rides and all of that, that's my main focus on the competitive side. Whenever I approach like targets, like I try to go as close as possible. And like when I enter kitchens, I try to come with speed into the kitchen and controlling it, like keeping the car in, like I'm still in control of the car, not losing it out or creating a danger. So I'm just that's why, like I said, my main focus is more on competitive side, like trying to improve my game on the competitive side of spinning.
I'm Logan Mart, and I have been spinning for a year and few months. I drive a VQ 25, which I started on with a Sapphire. It was my father's car at the time. Even though I started spinning this year, I have been in the spinning for my whole entire life. Since the age of 4 years old, I used to change tires for my father. I used to be his passenger. I remember when we used to go to the bush, which was in Philippi. I used to come back home, my mom used to scold and my dad have to wash me off and stuff. The way it was into spinning, we were enjoying the kids, everyone with Rais, them and Uncle Johnny, them and Ricardo. So we all used to come back home from enjoying our spinning days back then. So I really enjoy spinning. It's not just for the fun of it. I enjoy it because I get to help my father working on cars. I get to learn, because you're never too old to learn. So I get to learn what to do if an emergency happens. It is a cure to my anxiety. So when I'm in my emotion, I feel like driving would make it better. My plans for 2025, because I'm a trip next year, I can't do much, but I hope is to travel next year and present as women, that women can also do spinning and do driving for a male-dominated sport. So then it uplifts more ladies, more girls, so then our crew of girls can be much bigger also. So at the moment I am driving a Sapphire with a VQ 25, but my dream car is a E30, which in a BM engine I would like. So that is what my dream car I would like to be.
I am Noor from GP Tyres and Mags. We're situated in Crossy Park. We do tyres, wheels, mags, accessories, shocks, CV joints, everything with a wheel we can deal. We got involved with the spinning, I will say more than 20 years already. We've been participating with the spinning guys, with the community, trying to uplift them, support them. We sponsor many of our guys with tyres, wheels, give them special discount and free swaps. And one of our main reasons for getting involved with the spinning is about uplifting our community, and we like what the spinning did, taking the kids off the street, you know, and getting all the community involved. And I also started to get involved with the spinning. I was thinking of getting our own spin car, getting involved, and there's a lot of people coming to me, Noor, they would love to spin in a car, and I'm thinking of building a spin car where we can have kids coming and then they can drive in our car. I got big plans for 2025 with the spinning, so the number one is building a spin car for GP Tyres spin car. We've been involved with the spinning guys, we've been sponsoring a lot of guys, but people ask me, Noor, where's your spin car? So and there's a lot of kids coming to us, and they're coming to our store wanting stickers, and they're seeing us out there. So we're thinking of building a new spin car where we can help uplift the guys, the community, whoever wants a spin that doesn't have a spin car, so that they could even drive in our cars. So we are busy, yes, we are busy looking for something interesting.
Hi, my name is Shaba. I'm running a 2JZ, 2J, what an E30, yeah.
My name is Tabit Weir. Well, I'm a spinner for about over 25 years. Where I used to spin was like starting at Pavilion. From Pavilion, when it was closed, it was like the Boostsa and it was Kraaifontein and those type of places. I always used to spin a Ford Escort, old school Ford Escort with a Ford V6. I've always had a thing for Ford Escorts. And with a spinning game, like back in the days, your powerful engine was the Ford V6. That's why I chose that engine for my Ford Escort that I spinned with. The engineering and the reliability of the Ford engine is not there anymore. So currently what I switched over to was actually by choice for my son, which was a Toyota Supra 1JZ motor. And currently we're running on our two Escorts 1JZ and our BMW 2JZ. I can't be blinded by saying, okay fine, I'm going to be stuck on my Ford V6 ways. And every week having broken cars, having to send my son, which now the spinner, to a spinning scene, and then I have to worry he mustn't drive it too hard because it's going to break. He drives hard. And the Toyota Supra motor, 1JZ and 2JZ, has proven for us to be the most reliable for our game, for our team. I had my family grow up into the sport, into the spinning scene, and my son Raiz, he's currently our main driver for our team 2x Spicy JZ. My son-in-law, which is Tashrik Chada, he's driving my old school Blue Steel that I've handed over to him to pilot. I've basically taken a step back to say that instead of being behind the wheel, I can rather than sit back and manage them. They are actually doing it and taking it to the next level. So my role now is basically to make sure that Raiz, my son, and Tashrik, they go wherever we need to, wherever we can go for spinning, for events. My role is to make sure the cars is like kept intact, make sure they get there, make sure everything that we do for the cars and for our sport is tops at all times. But in terms of maintenance for our cars, myself and my sons, I can call it like Raiz, Tashrik and Ibi, they're all involved with the maintenance of the vehicles because the car's been built, and it's all about maintaining it, and that is the luxury part of having the more modern import engines that we have. Because with the old Ford engines, it used to be like after every second event, take out the engine, replace it, repair it. With this, the new millennium engines, like the guys calling it, it's just about maintenance. And for me, it's like, listen, I make sure that they maintain it, but I can say, I can sit back and my sons can take out the gearbox, replace the clutch if we need to replace the clutch. They can take out the engine and put it back in. They can do whatever maintenance we need. For 2025 is going to be a very big year for spinning in general. Locally, for Cape Town, we're gonna start seeing more and more arenas that we can call home ground. We can spin. It's busy developing in such a way that is turning into a positive. And I can actually say that, yeah, my son is like gonna be spinning on our home ground legally.
My name is Raiz. I've been spinning for 4 years now, almost 5. I spun Escort Mark II 4-door, but I started off with an Escort Mark II 2-door with a V6 3-liter engine. Right now at the moment I'm spinning a 2JZ in a E30, but I also still spin the Escort 1JZ, but I prefer now the 2J because it's better and faster, more controllable. My first time actually spinning a car was at Tigerberg Raceway with the Ford Escort 3-liter V6. I couldn't really drive, but I started spinning because I knew I was told what the basics were and I just tried from there on. I started spinning with the 3-liter V6s, but then after the first transplant into the blue car with the JZ, I could say it was way better to firstly what we had. Not really power-wise, because we weren't people that were looking for power. We were just looking for reliability, and I didn't feel the V6 was like reliable. Whereas the chases I can get in every week to drive as it come back, stay on the trailer, the next week it pulls out again. Whereas the V6 always had problems, always motor in, motor out. I prefer the freestyle events, reason being you can drive as you drive in a competition with obstacles. But it's also, you can freestyle. Nobody's timing you, nobody's stopping you, nobody's watching you. You can be yourself all over the pitch and still do all your obstacles. My favorite obstacle for any pitch, no matter what it is, even my father normally makes a joke of, yeah, hy is heel goed. Whenever we come by a pitch, I want to make sure that there's a kitchen for me because that I like rollbacking into a kitchen, whether it's concrete, tires, whatever. He knows that I'm gonna put it in there either way because I want to. 2025 is coming up now, and what I would really like to do with my spinning is, well, not really like, actually really love, is to have the opportunity to enter for my first time, because I am 18, to enter into Red Bull Moto. So whether I get accepted or not is just the fact that I could finally enter. But I would also like to get accepted and then drive that competition. But also the one specific place that I would still like to go see in 2025, well, 2 places, which is Miami in Pretoria and Botswana in 2025. I'm looking forward to seeing.